The Knicks are one of the hottest teams in the NBA. Sure, we could throw around all sorts of numbers and advanced metrics to quantify their performance, but what's truly evident during this stretch is the culture they've built. Everyone talks about the Heat culture, and I get it. Spoelstra and Riley are wizards, much to my chagrin. But let's take a moment to appreciate the work Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau have done since stepping into the Knicks scene. Let's rewind 5 years to the Kristaps Porzingis trade, when the Knicks were freeing up cap space for a dream shot at Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Their initial move in the aftermath of being spurned, thankfully, by KD and Kyrie, signing Julius Randle in free agency, didn't exactly have Knicks fans jumping for joy, especially after the empty promises didn't pan out. Of course, credit to Scott Perry for his role in shaping this team. Randle's first year wasn't stellar, and the culture under David Fizdale wasn't exactly thriving. Then, in comes Leon Rose, making his first move by bringing in Tom Thibodeau. Thibs injected accountability and a work ethic reminiscent of the 90s Knicks, a team he was once part of. Who would have thought that Tibbs and Julius Randle would be a perfect match? But here we are, 3 All-Star selections in 4 years for Randle and 2 All-NBA selections. The Knicks shocked everyone as the 4th seed in the We Here season. Admittedly, it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows along the way, especially after the Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier acquisitions didn't quite pan out, in what turned into the thumbs-down season. The lesson learned from that season, it seems, is that any player Leon signs or trades for to play under this coach needs to have a specific DNA. Not many players embody that today. The culmination of this lesson, the signing of Jalen Brunson as a free agent. At the time, not much fuss was made about it. Some thought the Knicks overpaid, some doubted he'd make it in NY, and many pegged Brunson as just mid. Little did we know, or perhaps we should have known all along, that Jalen Brunson is a winner. One of the biggest winners we've seen. As a 2-time champion in college, no team thought he was worthy of a selection in the first round of the NBA draft. When the Dallas Mavericks finally selected him as the 33rd overall pick in the 2nd round, they didn't quite know what they had. They already had Luka Doncic and were building the team around him. Luckily for Knicks fans, the Mavs let Brunson slip through the cracks. Beyond his great play, what Jalen Brunson has solidified for the Knicks is a winning culture. While the foundation was in place, Brunson's leadership qualities were crucial in bringing it all together. In spite of Brunson's brilliance playing under the brightest lights in sports, national pundits have been slow to acknowledge him as an NBA superstar. From Becky Hammon to Candace Parker, Gilbert Arenas, Stephen A. Smith, and Kenny Smith, they have either dismissed or disrespected Jalen's ascent among the league's best. Perhaps it's a reaction to playing in New York, where the Knicks for clicks narrative remains a favorite among media members. Whatever the reason, true NBA enthusiasts have seen enough to name Brunson a first-time NBA All-Star. Amid the Knicks' struggle to stay afloat amidst a wave of injuries to key players, Jalen Brunson is unwavering in his determination to prevent the team from losing. As he puts it, they'll fight regardless of the odds or circumstances. That's the heart of a champion. Throughout this run, Brunson has responded to every challenge in every way a professional athlete can. His resilience and performance have not only inspired the team, but the entire city, challenging conventional definitions of stardom along the way. Before we move on, we know you wouldn't want to miss out on more exclusive content like this, so make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the latest in the world of the Knicks. Let's continue. Stars of the Week. Number 3, Precious Achiuwa. In the absence of Julius Randle, Precious Achiuwa has really stepped up for the Knicks. In the last 7 games, he's been killing it, averaging 9 points, 9 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block, all while boasting a whopping plus 11.7 net rating. The guy went off in a recent game against the Indiana Pacers, hitting a career high with 6 stocks. That's steals and blocks combined, proving he's a defensive force. Oh, he also grabbed 8 offensive rebounds in that game, showing he's not just a defender. He can play multiple positions and have a serious impact on the team's success. Precious's defensive hustle in the second half was a big reason the Pacers struggled to score, hitting one of their lowest point totals of the season. His relentless rebounding wore down the Pacers as the game went on. Remember when people thought he was just a throw-in player in the OG Anunoby trade? Well, he's turning into a real problem for other teams, especially stepping up in OG's absence due to elbow inflammation. In another impressive defensive performance, Precious held Lauri Markkanen to just 14 points on 5 of 14 shooting during the Knicks' 8th straight win against the Jazz. Plus, he's getting more comfortable in the Knicks' offensive scheme with each outing. With the way he's been contributing lately, it's hard to see him getting benched once the team is back to full health. Number 2. Donte DiVincenzo. In the last 7 games, Donte DiVincenzo has been on a tear, averaging 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been nailing shots from beyond the arc at a 40% clip and has maintained an impressive plus 9.1 net rating. When you glance at the list of players who secured higher average annual salaries this summer compared to DiVincenzo's 4-year, $46.8 million deal with the Knicks, which pays him $11.7 million per season, it makes you raise an eyebrow or two. Dennis Schroeder, $12.7 million. Grant Williams, $13.3 million. Austin Reeves, $13.4 million. PJ Washington, $15.5 million. Rui Hachimura, $17 million. Cam Johnson, $23.6 million. And just to add some spice, Fred VanVleet set the market with a deal earning him $42.8 million a year, almost as much as DiVincenzo over all 4 seasons. Let's compare their per 36-minute stats. Fred, 16.3 points, 8.2 assists, 3.7 rebounds, 1.1 steals, 0.9 blocks, 40.6, 37.4, 85.6 percentages. Donte, 19.1 points, 3.6 assists, 5.0 rebounds, 1.7 steals, 0.5 blocks, 45.9 to 42.6, 73.3 percentages. It comes down to playmaking versus efficiency, but it's a topic worth diving into. Even more remarkable are Divo's per 36 numbers in 30 games as a starter. 21 points, 4 assists, 5 boards, shooting 49% from the field and 44% from 3. So, the big question: do the Knicks possibly have one of the most outstanding and cost-effective role players in the entire league with 3 years remaining on a surprisingly affordable deal? After his recent stellar performance against the Jazz with 33 points, including 9 made three-pointers, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, and 0 turnovers. Major kudos to all the doubters of Leon Rose when he signed one of Jalen Brunson's Nova buddies just to keep his point guard happy. Number 1. Jalen Brunson. In the last 7 games, Jalen Brunson continues to be spectacular, averaging 31.4 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, shooting an impressive 51% from the field, 85% from the free throw line, and playing at a plus 13.3 net rating. What more can we say about this guy? After enduring a brutal non-foul call against the Indiana Pacers that left him looking like Rocky Balboa after a 15-round brawl with Apollo Creed, Brunson exhibited a level of determination that defines superstardom, transcending considerations of his height or pedigree. While advanced metrics offer insights, moments like these truly stand out when you see them live. Amidst the Knicks dealing with numerous injuries, Brunson has stepped up in every way a professional athlete can. His performance has not only lifted his team, but also energized the entire city, reshaping traditional views of stardom. Surpassing the 40-point mark against the Pacers marked the 5th time this season and the 9th time in his brief stint as a Knick. To put it in context, Julius Randle, in his 5th year with the Knicks, has achieved the 40-point mark 10 times. Even when his three-point shots aren't falling, Brunson's ability to make defenders look foolish in the paint is unmatched by any player in the league and by any player in recent NBA history. His exceptional footwork and undeniable touch have placed him as the 10th highest scorer in the league in this high-scoring NBA season. Not bad for a second-round pick whom the Dallas Mavericks didn't consider worthy of the mid-level exception. Honorable mention: Josh Hart. In the past 7 games, Josh Hart has been all over the court, putting up an average of 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists, with a plus 7.1 net rating. Surprisingly, he notched his first career triple-double against the Utah Jazz, scoring 10 points, grabbing 10 rebounds, and dishing out 10 assists. Hart excels when he can snag a rebound and initiate his one-man fast break down the court, effortlessly breezing past defenses for layups. However, his offensive shortcomings become more apparent when confined to the half-court, as seen in the game that halted the Knicks' 9-game winning streak against the Lakers. To address this, the Knicks and Tibbs need to find ways to mask Hart's weaknesses with better shooting and spacing on the offensive end. One strategy could involve giving Deuce McBride more minutes alongside Hart, Brunson, and DiVincenzo. Yes, it might result in a smaller lineup, but it provides Brunson with more outlet options when facing double teams, which are likely to persist, and adds more shooters to the court. This approach could be a temporary solution until the Knicks regain some healthy bodies, with the return of OG and Quentin Grimes.